The following is an encore presentation of Local 10 News at 11. You're watching Local 10, home of Local10.com. WPLG Local 10 News at 11 starts now.
Venezuelan President Hugo Chávez is dead. The polarizing socialist leader succumbing to cancer at the age of 58.
Honor y gloria a Hugo Chávez. Que viva Hugo Chávez. Que viva por siempre.
This emotional announcement of Chávez's death made by Vice President Nicolás Maduro, who choked back tears as he broke the news.
In the streets of Caracas, sadness from supporters of Chávez, some crying, others holding pictures of their fallen leader.
And a very different mood here as South Florida's Venezuelan population celebrates Chávez's death, hoping that his passing will bring change to their homeland. We're talking two distinct reactions to the death of a leader who ruled that country for 14 years.
And while Chávez often criticized the U.S., the White House tonight is insisting America supports the Venezuelan people during this challenging time. Our team coverage begins tonight with Local 10's Ross Palumbo.
Well, Calvin Laurie, the president, was careful to say we support the Venezuelan people, but not the government. Most in Miami saw Chávez as a brutal dictator and cheer his death. But in his own country tonight, an outpouring of grief. There are few cheers and plenty of tears. Moments after his death, and thousands brought the streets of Caracas alive with praise. He was the man who civilized us after a fascist regime, this man says. A man who gave his life for us, this woman cried, and sadly, we didn't appreciate what he was giving us.
Honor y gloria a Hugo Chávez.
The Venezuelan vice president made the announcement just before 5. 58-year-old Hugo Chávez died from an undisclosed form of cancer.
Por nuestro Señor Jesucristo, tu Hijo, concede a tu Hijo Hugo Rafael Chávez Fría.
The next 3 days will be filled with services for the man who held power over his country, over the world's largest oil reserves for 14 years.
You are a donkey, Mr. Bush.
He was infamous for fighting with President George W. Bush, attacking U.S. policies, objecting to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, speaking these words at the United Nations.
Yesterday, the devil came here. Right here.
En este mismo lugar.
And it smells of sulfur still today.
And all of this as he embraced some of the world's most notable tyrants, Muammar Gaddafi, Bashar al-Assad, and Fidel Castro, his close friend and mentor. In fact, it was in Cuba that Chávez received treatment for his cancer, diagnosed in 2011. After several surgeries and chemotherapy, Chávez claimed he was cured and won another term in office in 2012. A man that cared about us, this woman says. In Venezuela, he was a charismatic hero, wearing his trademarked red shirt, running the country, and playing a powerful role on the world stage.
He has been making his own contributions to his own country's development.
But many in the U.S. saw him as a cruel dictator, one that this flag, flying at half-staff at the Venezuelan embassy in Washington, signals is finally gone. And as he goes to his rest, his words to Barbara Walters in 2011 of his dream still survive.
We, Venezuelan people, loves you. I want to be your brothers. A great leader of you. Martin Luther King is my leader. His dream is your dream. It's our dream. It's mine.
Well, that country's mourning will end with a state funeral on Friday. Elections will be held in the next 30 days for a new president. Vice President Nicolás Maduro, the one who announced Chávez's death, is Lori and Calvin, the favored candidate.
Ross, thank you. And here in South Florida, celebration, jubilation, and cautious optimism.
In fact, most Venezuelan Americans are welcoming the passing of Hugo Chávez. Local 10's Terrell Forney is live now in Doral, home of the largest concentration of Venezuelans in this country. Terrell.
Calvin and Lori, even at this late hour, this Venezuelan restaurant here in Doral, it's called Are Pazo 2, is packed with people. You can tell just by the sheer volume of people who are sitting and conversating here inside of this restaurant. I've been spending most of the night speaking with them, and they tell me, they are quick to point out that they are not celebrating the death of a cancer-stricken man. Instead, they are celebrating the promise of change. The cheering and chants are virtually non-stop. He's gone, and soon Fidel will be too, is what this jubilant crowd screamed after learning the news of Hugo Chávez's death.
Inside you, it's hard not to be happy, even if somebody's dead. But I think I'm happy because this is the window of the opportunity. Venezuela can change.
Doral is home to the highest number of Venezuelan expats in the U.S. Even the city's newly elected mayor was born and raised in the South American country. He thinks Chávez's death will have a huge impact locally.
I think more people are going to come because they're looking for freedom. And right now, it's very weird what is happening with the present government that they have.
A government that has mirrored itself after Cuba and the dictatorship of the Castro brothers. A comparison that led Cubans to pop champagne outside of Cafe Versailles in Little Havana to talk about the late Hugo Chávez.
A friend of the Castro brothers, a friend of what's wrong in this world.
In Broward, the flags were proudly waved in Weston, home to another high concentration of Venezuelans. Here, many packed into the restaurant Cafe Canela to mark the monumental shift of power in their home country, the first in 15 years. Back in Doral, photos, phone calls, and television sets are keeping natives tuned in to what's next for Venezuela. People like Joanna Izaguirre, who moved to South Florida 6 months after Chávez first took office.
Venezuela right now, it's two. We're, two apart, the opposition and Chavistas, and it can't be that way anymore.
And this restaurant is normally slated to close at about 11 o'clock. You can tell that it's not happening tonight. This party, if you will go well into the night. I can also tell you that Doral's police chief is here. A number of his officers have been out patrolling, keeping an eye on things. They've been on high alert, but people, for the most part, around the city of Doral have been well behaved. Reporting live from Doral tonight, I'm Terrell Fournay, Local 10.
And Florida lawmakers had their own reactions to the death of Hugo Chávez. Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen offered this today. Quote, now it is up to the Venezuelan people to redefine and rebuild their nation as a peaceful, democratic, and prosperous state, free of the clutches of Chávez and his disastrous social and economic policies. And from Senator Bill Nelson tonight, this statement. With the passing of Hugo Chávez, hopefully there will be a peaceful transition of power in Venezuela with real, meaningful democratic reforms. End quote.
Meantime, the Venezuelan national baseball team is right here in Florida to take on the Marlins. And Chávez, as you may know, was a big fan of America's favorite pastime.
And players getting word of Chávez's death as they were taking the field in Jupiter today just a few hours ago. Local 10's Janine Stanwood reports.
Good evening from Jupiter, where the Miami Marlins played the Venezuelan national team in an exhibition game. We're told that the Venezuelan team had asked for a moment of silence and for the flags to be flown at half-staff. We can tell you there was no moment of silence, and you can see the flags are flying at the top of their poles. A lot of Venezuelan baseball fans here in South Florida have a lot on their minds besides just baseball after hearing the news of the death of Hugo Chávez, who we are told was a baseball fan himself.
I'm happy. I don't care. Hugo Chávez died today.
When I heard that he had passed away, I couldn't believe it. When I watch the baseball game, I'm really just going to be thinking about him.
More than just baseball tonight.
Yeah, more than just baseball.
It's a terrible news for a human being. But we have to be strong as a country and as a people, and we have to be together. Today is a great day being here for watching my team, for sport. The Venezuelan people feels like all the people are brothers.
So watching the game is going to remind you of that?
Of course, that's why I have my hat, Venezuela.
Love of sport, love of country, and some heavy hearts among baseball fans here this night. We're in Jupiter tonight. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
Janine, thanks a lot for that, and look for much more coverage of the death of Hugo Chávez and what's next for that country tonight on Nightline. That's coming up at 12:30.
And of course, stay with Local 10 and local10.com for reaction and updates on the situation in Venezuela, all in the aftermath of Chávez's death.
And we have this to send to our newsroom now. A robbery attempt in Miami turns deadly for the robber. The attempted robbery happened in Northwest 70th Street and 15th Avenue. Police say that a robber shot a victim in the hand, but the victim pulled out his own gun, firing back at the thief. They were both taken to JMH, and police say that the suspect died there. The victim had non-life-threatening injuries. And this video also just into our newsroom now. Trees on fire in a Miami field. The City of Miami Fire Department sending this in to us. And as you see here, quite the dramatic scene. Police discovered the flames and tried to put them out, but the fire quickly grew out of control. Firefighters knocked it down, but so far they tell us they have no idea what sparked the flames.
It could take several days to get the containers that toppled off a cargo ship stacked again. The transatlantic lines ship was traveling from Jacksonville to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, when it lost 22 containers, many others toppling over. The captain diverted to Port Everglades. The containers were transporting food, even some cars. The Coast Guard is trying to find those lost containers to mark them for other vessels.
Opening up tonight's follow-up file, Real Housewives of Miami stars got approval to demolish their iconic 1920s mansion. The City of Miami Beach's Design Review Board approved plans for Lisa Hochstein and her husband Leonard to tear down their Star Island mansion you see there and build a two-story home in its place, despite arguments from historic preservationists. The couple says that their house was never deemed historic in the first place.
The home we bought was not historic. This is the first time that anybody in Miami Beach has ever tried to make a home historic after the fact and against the owner's will. If this home had been historic, we would have never purchased it.
Well, the couple went on to say that the house is structurally unsound and that the process for building their new dream home will take some time.
Still ahead, a Local 10 report is leading to changes in Miami-Dade County. We showed you guard dogs being chained up in the hot sun without proper shade or access to water. Well, now commissioners are doing something to keep them safe.
And a March blizzard making for madness in the Midwest. And now the storm has its eyes on the east. We'll show you where it's been and where it may be headed.
And an update on a Local 10 investigation. Police officers taking their cars home by crossing county lines. Well, now one Miami-Dade commissioner wants to make some major changes. Details next.
Work your look with looks that work. Now at VisionWorks, buy one pair of glasses, get one free. Any frames, any lenses. Or get a single vision pair for $49.95. VisionWorks.
Are you behind or struggling with your mortgage payments? You may have been the victim of lending fraud and not even know it.
Hi, I'm Matthew David Bavaro of Loan Lawyers. There are many options available to homeowners, some that you may not even be aware of. Make sure you choose a law firm that handles them all. At Loan Lawyers, our goal is to find an affordable solution that's right for you. Don't be a victim, know your rights, and fight back.
Call Loan Lawyers today for a free consultation at 1-888-FIGHT-13. Time is of the essence. Call now.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day in downtown Hollywood at the 15th Annual Parade and Festival. Sunday, March 10th, noon to 6. Hollywood Boulevard and Harrison Street, with a special appearance by the Budweiser Clydesdales. And remember, nobody throws a party like the Irish.
Splash, The Stars Will Fall. Tuesday, March 19th on ABC.
Two young, beautiful girls both got breast implants to enhance their looks. Both girls got great results and look natural. The only difference? The girl on the right went to Strax and paid under $3,500. The girl on the left went to Bell Harbor and paid almost $6,000. Great surgery at unbelievable prices and guaranteed financing. Go to MakeMyConsult.com to schedule your appointment, and you'll receive a 5% discount on any procedure.
Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Rubenstein's Rules for Accidents. Rule number 7. Understand attorney's fees. You've probably heard no fee guarantee or you only pay if you win. This isn't some kind of special offer. Most injury attorneys are paid this way. I get paid this way. There are limits on what percentage lawyers can charge. My firm charges you nothing, not even costs, unless you get money. Call me, Attorney Robert Rubenstein.
Magic 102.7 wants to make you a magic millionaire.
Everybody has a birthday, so listen each weekday morning at 7:20.
If you were born on the lucky month, day, and the year, then you will become an instant millionaire.
Magic's $1 Million Birthday Challenge brought to you by Isle Casino Racing, Pompano Park, and Magic 102.7.
Miami's greatest hits.
Work your look with looks that work. Now at VisionWorks, buy one pair of glasses, get one free. Any frames, any lenses. Or get a single vision pair for $49.95. VisionWorks.
New tonight, a Miami-Dade County commissioner says it's time to put the brakes on police cars leaving the county. And Commissioner Sally Heyman is proposing more change to the county's take-home vehicle policy. 2 years ago, Local 10 exposed police cars being driven home as far away as Naples and beyond after shifts every day.
And the mayor made cutbacks following our investigation, but Commissioner Heyman wants more. And now Miami-Dade's police union calls it an attack on law enforcement. Local 10's Jeff Weinseer investigates.
Live and work in Miami-Dade County will give you a take-home car.
Commissioner Sally Heyman is seeing red over green and whites crossing the county line.
If you want to live outside Miami-Dade County, have your own transportation.
Under Heyman's proposal, there would be no more take-home patrol cars for new Miami-Dade police hires that live in Broward. Under the current policy, officers can take their patrol cars home if they live in Miami-Dade or Broward only.
For the first time in years, we're hiring new police officers. I think it's time to stop it, and eventually it will be eliminated through attrition.
Heyman claims it would save money on fuel, insurance, and wear and tear on county vehicles. She says that take-home cars used to be a recruiting tool when applicants were more difficult to come by.
You know something? The times have changed. Now we have hundreds of applicants applying for a single position. The Miami-Dade taxpayers get no return for what at one time was a recruiting tool.
There is opposition to Heyman's proposal. In fact, we've obtained this anonymous email that went out to all sworn Miami-Dade police officers, and there are plenty of inaccuracies in this email. The memo says, quote, "Here we go again." It says Heyman is targeting police only, that her proposal is another attack by those who don't understand or care about law enforcement. This memo tells officers to flood Heyman with calls, but the memo fails to mention the change would only affect new hires.
It's misinformation.
The Police Benevolent Association says, quote, "Commissioner Heyman is providing the commission with erroneous and one-sided information and is perpetuating bad government. Further, it is deeply troubling and disheartening that Commissioner Heyman has chosen to single out and solely target the Miami-Dade Police Department while other future county employees remain exempt." But that is not entirely true. After a Local 10 investigation 2 years ago exposing the number of county cars and trucks going home, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez reviewed the situation and he made large reductions. Animal Services went from 24 take-home vehicles down to 6, Aviation 13 to 0. Information Technology lost all of their take-home vehicles. Internal Services went from 25 to 8. Library Services also had all their take-home vehicles eliminated. Parks and Recreations reduced from 13 down to 7. Public Works and Waste from 118 to 0. But Corrections, Fire Rescue, Police, and several other departments still have a lot of take-home cars, many negotiated under a union contract. Heyman's proposal goes before the entire Board of County Commissioners in April. Jeff Weinseer, Local 10.
And Commissioner Heyman says under her proposed resolution, the 445 Miami-Dade officers who currently live and drive their patrol cars home to Broward would be grandfathered in. Again, this would only be for new hires under her proposal. The PBA refused to talk with Jeff on camera about their opposition. Commissioner Heyman's proposal would not include members of the SWAT or dive team or officers who may be called out for a specific function after hours.
The Miami-Dade County Commission unanimously voted on passing a guard dog ordinance that's going to be put in place and actually put in place regulations to protect working guard dogs, all thanks to a Local 10 investigation. Commissioner Jose Pepe Diaz said he wanted to support the ordinance after watching Local 10's investigation into how poorly guard dogs are being treated.
When you see things like this that are taking place, it's important to bring them out in the open. We saw your report, and we figured it was important to move forward with legislation.
The guard dogs were found in inhumane conditions, living with health problems, a tick infestation, and a lack of food. Look for a public hearing on this legislation in 6 weeks.
Still ahead of Local 10 now, another winter blast dumping snow on the Midwest, and this storm is a wicked one.
And Calvin, that same storm system that's dumping the snow in the Midwest has a cold front that's going to arrive here tomorrow. How cold will it be behind that front? We've got that answer coming up in your forecast.
All right. Good evening, South Florida. I'm Leanne Morejon with a traffic alert for you. Tonight, all northbound lanes of the Palmetto are closed where they meet with the Dolphin. Everything should be reopened tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I'll be here tomorrow on the Local 10 Morning News with all your traffic information. I start right here at 5 a.m.
Time to live the dream, Florida. It's Tuesday, March 5th, and time for your Florida Lottery Mega Money and Fantasy 5 games. I'm Michelle Lyles. Now let's play Mega Money. Just imagine, match all 4 balls and the Mega Ball, and you could win $800,000. Your winning numbers for tonight are 28, 36, 1, 18, and your winning Mega Ball number for tonight is 19. Now let's play Fantasy 5, where you could win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tonight's winning Fantasy 5 numbers are 35, 36, 33, 24, and 16. Once again, tonight's winning Mega Money numbers are 28, 36, 1, 18, and the Mega Ball number is 19. Your Fantasy 5 numbers are 35, 36, 33, 24, and 16. Bigger games, brighter futures, more winning moments. Just imagine.
Tell Robert.
Car accident? Tell Robert. Slip and fall? Tell Robert. Motorcycle accident? Tell Robert. Call me at 1-855-TELL-ROBERT.
1-855-TELL-ROBERT.
Spokesperson, not an attorney. How will you spend this day? Will you put your heart into it, cut no corners, and do your best? At City Furniture, every day is another opportunity to make life better for those around us. It's why every piece is carefully inspected and repackaged before it's delivered to your home. Because when you care about the tiniest details, the big things just work. Learn more at cityfurniture.com.
I'm bankruptcy attorney Timothy Kincaid. Clients ask me every day if bankruptcy can put an end to the harassing calls, if they can keep their home, their car, or ever get credit again. The answer is yes to all of these questions. I can help you get out of debt in a way that protects you. I've been helping families for over 15 years. Visit miamibankruptcy.com or call 305-285-9100. 305-285-9100. Let me help you.
Toe fungus, huh?
And athlete's foot.
Whoa! Try new Fungi Nail Toe and Foot.
Fungi Nail? Toe and foot?
It's guaranteed to treat both.
How do you know?
I'm attached to a pharmacist. Nail it with Fungi Nail.
Make plans now to join Joel and Victoria Osteen in Miami on Saturday, April 20th for America's Night of Hope 2013.
God is going to take you places that you've never even dreamed of.
Amazing. Extremely inspirational.
Grand slam. It's awesome. I think the nation needs to hear it.
America's Night of Hope 2013 at Marlins Park in Miami, Saturday, April 20th. Visit joelosteen.com for ticketing and more information.
I'm attorney Robert Fenstershive, advising you that if an insurance agent tries to settle your claim at the scene of an accident, don't do it. Protect your rights. Call me at 1-855-TELL-ROBERT.
1-855-TELL-ROBERT.
Don't fall for UVerse. The fastest internet is about to get faster. Xfinity will soon double internet speeds on its 2 fastest tiers. And coming this summer, speeds faster than 200 megabits per second. UVerse can deliver the fastest internet and in-home Wi-Fi. Xfinity can and does. Call 1-800-XFINITY to get a great offer on Xfinity Internet. Or ask how to get started for as low as $14.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Today, it's another tough workout. But tomorrow, it could be an impossible heist. Because with Xfinity Internet from Comcast, you get the speed to stream the best in entertainment from anywhere in the house. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $14.99 a month for 12 months. And stream, download, and surf at fast speeds. Tomorrow could be awesome if you call 1-800-XFINITY today.
A major snowstorm is blasting the Midwest. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you can see the snow accumulating at the General Mitchell International Airport. As much as half a foot is expected there.
Got a brother who lives there. He was snowed in today. The snowfall is widespread too. And in Dubuque, Iowa, it's making driving next to impossible as snowplows try to keep up. Look at that mess. Oh my. Parts of that state are now expected to see as much as 8 to 10 inches by Wednesday.
And from Iowa, let's take you to Minnesota, Minneapolis specifically. You can see the snow piling up with already a foot of snow on the ground. Schools are closed. A snow emergency has been declared.
Now, some of those places you say it's supposed to happen there. Right. It's winter time, but a second round of it so soon after the first one hit. It's like a one-two punch.
It seems like that same area here, the pattern's been kind of stuck, and we've seen snowstorm after snowstorm, and what that's doing for us is actually bringing some cold fronts through the area and allowing our weather to cool down a bit. So in the meantime, we enjoy some beautiful weather. Outside tonight, radar is quiet. We'll see about a 20% chance of a shower tomorrow. We will not see any rain tonight because you can see the satellite view is quiet with just a few passing clouds. The winds are already starting to shift. They were out of the southeast today. Between the newscast here tonight, they were out of the south and now more out of the southwest, light anywhere from 6 miles per hour and then 5 in Homestead. What that's going to do tomorrow and tonight rather is allow our temperatures to only drop to the low 60s. So we'll only take a degree or two off where we're sitting right now. Fort Lauderdale, Key West, both at 64 degrees. So we'll wake up right around 61 degrees. Very mild, especially compared to where we started things off this week. And we'll see a 10% chance of a shower by 10 o'clock. And later on in the afternoon, it only goes up to 20% as we watch this very thin line of showers. This is the cold front that's attached to that big winter storm. And you can see there's really not much here as far as shower and thunderstorm activity. So even if we see that chance of a shower, that 20%, they're going to be very light and very quick movers. So the area low pressure is right about there, and that's the trailing cold front already bringing rain through the Carolinas and cool weather behind it. Cold enough here for some heavy snow through central Indiana, Cincinnati, and eventually through the higher elevations of the Appalachians where they're expecting over a foot of snow. Let's show you the computer forecast. Already a couple of inches on the ground in central Indiana. They'll pick up about 8 when all is said and done. 9 in Morgantown, and this little bullseye here north of Charlottesville, that's going to pick up 12 to 14 inches of snow, 10 in Washington and some lighter amounts as you go up the East Coast as the storm system passes. One other thing that storm's going to do is kick up some swells that'll make it all the way here to South Florida. So we'll see some significant swell activity, especially north of Broward County here over the next couple of days. So keep that in mind if you've got some boating plans, but cooler weather will start to slide in tomorrow night into Thursday morning. It's going to be breezy as the day progresses tomorrow. We'll start off with 71 degrees on the water temperature, surf 1 to 2 feet, and the wind really begins to pick up in the afternoon. Let's look at the 3-day forecast. Tomorrow warm again. Once the front slides through at about 5-6 o'clock tomorrow, we'll dip to 52, but the cool stuff's not going to last all that long. We'll be nice and beautiful by Friday. This weekend in the upper 70s, and a quick reminder, Saturdays and night we set those clocks forward 1 hour. We lose an hour of sleep. Spring forward Saturday night into Sunday.
Do you have an open sore on your leg between your knee and ankle that just won't heal? There is a research study evaluating an investigational cellular therapy in a new matrix, encouraging the development of healthy skin cells for people with open leg wounds. Qualified participants will receive all study-related care at no cost, including doctor visits, wound evaluation, and financial compensation. If you have an open leg wound or sore that still hasn't healed, call 305-836-7550.
Are you behind or struggling with your mortgage payments? You may have been the victim of lending fraud and not even know it.
Hi, I'm Matthew David Bavaro of Loan Lawyers. There are many options available to homeowners, some that you may not even be aware of. Make sure you choose a law firm that handles them all. At Loan Lawyers, our goal is to find an affordable solution that's right for you. Don't be a victim, know your rights, and fight back.
Call Loan Lawyers today for a free consultation at 1-888-FIGHT-13. Time is of the essence. Call now.
Small in size takes the prize. Checkers new flavor-loaded boxes with fish bites or chicken bites. Top off the box with seasoned fries. Your choice, fish or chicken, just $2. Checkers, feast on. It's a breakthrough at the drive-thru. Checkers new loaded potato skins. Seasoned like our famous fries. Covered with creamy cheese, Cool Ranch, and crispy bacon. Loaded up right, ready to roll. At the only place that's got them to go. Checkers.
Auto Paint in USA. Now that's more like
you work over 40 hours per week? Are you paid the same hourly rate or nothing at all for your overtime? Does your employer deduct time for lunch, even if you don't take it? Do you work off the clock? If any of this has happened to you, you may be entitled to a claim for overtime wages. Even if you're on salary, paid
9100.